Hello, and welcome to Back to the Science. I'm Dr. Susan Oliver, and I'm a scientist, and this is birthday girl Cindy Oliver, and she's a dog. Now, just before we start looking at the science, I just wanted to thank everyone for your support when YouTube erroneously removed my channel for harassment. While I was waiting for them to make a decision on my appeal, I decided that if I got my channel back, I would continue to make videos calling out misinformation and that I wouldn't be toning it down. So here we are. In this video, we will be looking at a particularly insidious form of misinformation, and that is the bollocks spread by promoters of fake cancer cures. These people are responsible for a number of untimely deaths, but they don't tell you that. They use dirty tricks to convince vulnerable cancer patients of the opposite. The first dirty trick that they use is taking advantage of surgical cures. In many cases, cancer can be cured by surgery. Subsequent chemotherapy and radiotherapy are often recommended as adjunct therapy. The reason for this is that you can never be 100% certain that you have got all the cancer. So undergoing chemotherapy or radiotherapy can kill any cancer cells that have been left behind. And by doing this, it increases your chances of survival. But the important thing to note is that a lot of people will still survive even if they don't undergo radiotherapy or chemotherapy after surgery. Fake cancer cure promoters take advantage of surgical cancer cures by falsely attributing it to whatever fake cancer treatment they are promoting. Or sometimes they will even do it to promote sales of their book. One example is former girlfriend of Andrew Wakefield, Elle Macpherson, who in an interview promoting her latest book claimed that she had refused chemotherapy after being diagnosed with cancer and instead followed a holistic treatment plan. The actual cancer that she had, which is called Ductal Carcinoma in Situ, or DCIS, is considered stage 0 and was removed by lumpectomy. Chemotherapy is generally not even recommended, but saying that doesn't help sell books. Now, it's wonderful that Elle Macpherson is in remission. We just have to hope that her good luck doesn't lead other women ignoring medical advice and not being so lucky. Like was the case for Fiorella Agula. She had surgery when she was diagnosed with breast cancer, but decided not to have the recommended chemotherapy and instead raised money to go to Mexico and have Gerson therapy. She passed away from her cancer in 2022. And sadly, she is just one of many people who decided not to have any conventional cancer treatment beyond surgery and weren't so lucky. The next dirty trick used by promoters of fake cancer cures is taking advantage of the natural variability in cancer progression. A lot of people assume that people who have cancer all die quickly without treatment. This is sadly true for a lot of people, but it's certainly not true for everyone. And fake cancer promoters take advantage of this variability by falsely claiming that their bogus treatments played a role. This table and graph comes from a paper that was published in 1962, looking at the natural history of untreated breast cancer from 1805 to 1933. As you can see, while some people died in the first year following the onset of symptoms, a number of people lived beyond 10 years and one person didn't die until the 19th year following the onset of symptoms. In Australia, a lady who called herself the Wellness Warrior developed a huge following on social media, calling herself a cancer survivor. She had a rare type of cancer that has a 10-year survival rate of 33% if you decide not to undergo surgery. And she decided not to have surgery. She told her followers that she had beaten her cancer naturally. But she hadn't beaten her cancer naturally. She died at age 29 in February 2015, 7 years after her diagnosis. She wasn't even one of the lucky 33% who lived beyond 10 years without surgery. We will never know how many people she influenced to follow in her footsteps and not seek treatment from oncologists for their cancer. But we do know that her mother, Sharon, decided to follow the same path when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Her mum refused any sort of conventional interference. She said no to a mammogram and a biopsy, told them that she wasn't interested in going down the path of surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, and instead chose the same therapy as Jessica. Her mother died of her breast cancer about 1.5 years before Jessica died of her cancer. Of course, it's possible that Jessica Ainscough genuinely believed that she had successfully beaten her cancer naturally. It's not likely that those in the business of delivering fake cancer cures genuinely believe their treatments work. Indeed, in recent years, they have taken their dirty tricks to a new level by using Google listings and reviews to mislead potential patients. This works well because dead people can't leave bad reviews. Only people who mistakenly think they are doing well. And of course, there is nothing to stop the clinics leaving their own completely fake reviews. Of course, some negative reviews do get through, mainly from family members of people who were sucked in by their bollocks claims and didn't survive. But the fakers generally swing into action to dispel their claims. And this brings me to the most despicable dirty trick used by promoters of fake cancer cures, and that is lying about the progress of people using their fake treatments. They lie about this publicly, using testimonials of people who have since passed away from the cancer that they supposedly treated, but they also lie about it directly to the patients they are treating. And I would like to tell you about one particular case that I watched in real time. His name was Shane Fritchley, and he was a volunteer ski patroller at Perisher, which is a ski resort in Australia. Yes, we do ski in Australia. I first found out about him when a friend of his shared his journey with a Facebook ski group that I'd joined. He was raising money to help him go to a clinic in Mexico called Chispa that were offering a cure for his cancer. I warned his friend that it was probably a scam, but they didn't listen. Shane made regular video updates of his cancer journey, and I watched every one of them. He was clearly a really wonderful guy, and it was heartbreaking to see him being scammed in real time. Here's a clip from the first video he made.
I'm Shane Fritchley, and to answer your first question, yes, I am wearing Crocs. That's not why I'm here. I'm 35, I'm an active, I consider myself still a young fella. I play a lot of sports, surf, water ski, snow ski, inline hockey, used to play ice hockey. Yeah, generally active, and I keep pretty good health. I think I eat pretty well. But I have stage 4 colorectal cancer, and it metastasized up into my liver, which is not expected at all for me. It was a bombshell, that was for sure, which got dropped on me May last year in 2018. So I've been fighting this little battle for 14 months now, on pretty heavy chemotherapy for those 14 months, and it's been all right. But drastic times call for drastic measures. That's it, and that's why I'm here.
He posted this video on the 10th of August 2019. As he said, he had been receiving chemotherapy treatment for 14 months at this stage. He still had cancer, but none of his tumours were growing. And importantly, he was still well. But he didn't just want to be well, he wanted to be cancer-free. And that was the promise he was being offered by the CHISPA clinic. In his video, he asked for help to raise money needed, and lots of people were willing to help. Here's a clip from a video he posted the very next day.
G'day from sunny-ish Berkshire Valley. It's now been just 24 hours since I launched my campaign to raise funds for me to go and receive treatment overseas. And $100,000 has already been cracked. I can't believe it. It's like I didn't check it yesterday because I was on patrol, and when I got home at 6 o'clock, it would already was at 75,000. I was just absolutely beside myself. The words like elation, love, ridiculous, crazy, support, all these kind of words were being thrown around so often. And yeah, that just means I can go now whenever I want to get to my first treatment ever in this hospital. Will I need more than one treatment? I don't know. So I'm gonna up the crowdfunding to 200,000 because if it works, that means I'm able to fund more money. I can go back.
2 points that I'd like to make about this video. The first point is that when he made this video, he was still well enough to spend the whole day skiing. The second point is that the treatment that he was going to receive at the CHISPA clinic was going to cost him $100,000. The treatment that he would have been receiving in Australia that was keeping him well would have been subsidised by the government and therefore would have been costing him very little. It was also an oral treatment, so he was able to take it daily and continue to ski. Anyway, he decided to stop skiing, and a couple of weeks later, he arrived at the clinic. And he posted a number of upbeat videos about how amazing it all was. The most amazing, though, was this one, which was posted on the 31st of August 2019.
Okay, so day 18 and the CT results came back today. And yeah, my doctor came up and delivered the good news, and my large tumour in the bowel, which was 12 centimetres long, is now down to 1.2. It's shrunk to a 12th of the size, which is just ridiculous. Like they can't believe it. I can't believe it still, but he said it's basically gone. The concern now is really just working on the liver and getting that better and getting rid of that, which is the same size. The CT came back at 8/11, so there's a little bit of growth there due to necrosis, which is basically dead cancer cells. And yeah, it's I don't know what to say. It just means that
And the good news videos kept coming until his treatment was finished and he came back to Australia. He arrived back on the 29th of September and made an appointment with his oncologist. She wasn't happy with how he looked physically or with his blood results, but he still had his amazing CT results. He handed over the disc with the results, but his oncologist couldn't open the file. So she ordered a new CT scan. This is a clip from the video he made after his appointment with his oncologist following that scan. The clip was taken from a video on the 17th of October 2019, a few days after the end of the ski season that he had chosen to leave in the middle of.
G'day guys. So I had my meeting with my oncologist yesterday to view the results of the CT scan done here in Australia. Obviously, she acknowledges that there was some shrinkage in the liver spots, which we all know, which is great. Unfortunately, as I said in the last video, the bowel has grown to 5 centimeters, which is unfortunate and unexpected, which means we got sort of shrinkage in liver, but no shrinkage in the bowel, which is a bit funny. But what do you do?
So basically, the Chipster Clinic lied to him. His primary tumour hadn't shrunken from their treatment, it had grown. He says that the liver tumours had shrunk, but this isn't quite what he said in the previous video. Remarkably, he chose not to go back on the chemotherapy that had previously been keeping him well and instead just added more and more fake cancer treatments to his regime. He said he didn't want to be kept well. He wanted to be cured. He continued making videos documenting his cancer journey. Each one was full of hope, even though he was looking sicker and sicker. This is a clip from the last video he made on the 20th of January, 2020.
I'm positive every day. It's only been day 2, and I feel great. The more time the day I spend here, the better. Start like juicing more and eating better food, because everyone knows hospital food's the greatest, but we get there day by day. So, easy to come visit. So message me if you want to visit, because it's easier to come to home and I feel less drowsy and stuff during the day. I'll continue being Superman, and you guys continue to just send the love. I love the love and support by messages, or I might see in the streets or in the hood, whatever. But keep it coming. Love, love, love is what I need, and what makes the world go around. It's helped me so much through all of these hard times. But now I'm home. There's nothing but onwards and upwards. It's going to be great. Love ya. Leave ya. Speak to you soon. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Home, baby. Home.
He died a few days later. Now, of course, we can never know how he would have gone if he had continued to follow his oncologist's advice instead of stopping his treatment to try fake cures. He had stage 4A cancer, which often doesn't have a great prognosis. But it's safe to say that he definitely could have continued skiing for another 2 months until the end of the season. Something that he loved. And it is well known that choosing alternative therapies over conventional cancer treatment is associated with a greater risk of death. For colorectal cancer, which is the type of cancer he had, there's a 4.6 times increased risk of death. Although, to be clear, this study was looking at stages 1, 2 and 3, so it's not directly applicable. So, in summary, the people offering fake cancer treatments are total assholes who use dirty tricks to promote their lies. Please don't let any of your family or friends become their victims. If you'd like to look further into the data that I've presented, I provided links in the video's description. And please remember, this video is about the science, but you shouldn't take it as medical advice. For that, you should speak to your medical practitioner. If you've got this far, thank you for listening. And if you've liked, shared, or commented on the video, double thank you, because that helps the algorithm means that more people will see the video. And of course, thank you to everyone who has bought me a coffee or little Cindy a treat, which I'm going to give it to her right now. There we go. We really appreciate your support. We will be continuing to make videos about the science in the future. So if you'd like to join the cool kids and stay informed, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.